fundraising to sustain our post and the American Legion Auxiliary. That's how we support our veterans, by having these fundraisers and at different events and having fun events where we raise money and in turn put it back into the veteran community. And particularly, one of the things we're really proud of, and I am especially as well, is San Joaquin Delta College Veterans Resource Center. We've been with them for about 3 to 4 years now. We love the fact that we're working with younger veterans, and we hope that someday they will look into joining a post. It may not be in the city of Stockton, but when they get a little older and out in the real world, that they will realize the significant impact they can make on veterans to help them reestablish themselves in the community. So anyway, we give them, as you know, students are always hungry. They never have enough money for anything. So one of the things we like to do is we give them a modest stipend every month for their food pantry. And they use this check to buy food for their food pantry at the Veterans Resource Center. We also have a scholarship for a female veteran. It has to be a female veteran because American Legion Auxiliary is a ladies' organization. So we give a female a scholarship. We also go back to school, back to school night. When they go back to school, the veterans, we attend their veteran graduation, and we cook for them about 2 times a year. We give them Christmas gifts for the veterans' families. And that's pretty much what we do with our kids over at San Joaquin Delta College. Reaching out into the community, one of the things we recently experienced was there was a what you call a partial government shutdown. And we had federal employees who were veterans who were laid off from work for a while. And they were at the point where they were living in their cars because they didn't have the gas to come home to go back and forth. They had to stay on campus in order to go to work the next day. So American Legion Auxiliary heard about this situation. So we got some money together and we gave them gift cards so they could use it for gas or for food or whatever they were going to need at the time to sustain themselves until the government shutdown was over with. So we like to do those things like that. You've all seen poppies, the little red poppies that are very popular usually in May. We have a fundraiser, so to speak. What we call this, we raise money so we can purchase poppies and put them into the community. And we also make poppy crosses and give them to deceased family members. Yes, there we go. And we participate in Flag Day, which we just recently had over at the Sherwood Mall. I'm sorry more Stocktonians weren't there because it was a beautiful event. The Sherwood Mall did a wonderful job. We now have a flag that's at the top of Macy's, which is hopefully going to be continued to be up there for a long time. We had all our lovely veterans speaking, World War II veterans. I think there was even like maybe 95, 96, 97 years old. One gentleman actually played taps on his harmonica. It was moving. So anything that was patriotic was there. Like I said, we're having a 4th of July parade that's coming up. American Legion Auxiliary will be having our own float and celebrating our 100-year anniversary. We hope to see you there for that. Tell all your friends. Okay, we also go to the cemetery on Memorial Day. This is kind of a neat thing for us in terms of bringing our grandchildren or our children or friends and family to recognize our deceased veterans, and we lay a flag at their gravesite. That's one of the things we do as well. We celebrate Veterans Day at the Bob Hope Theater. We attend state convention wherever it's going to be held, American Legion Auxiliary. We have a picnic at our post for the families and friends. We also attend town hall meetings along with other dignitaries and politicians and VA reps. We also helped to advocate for the VA hospital in Stockton, which has been going on since 2009, if not sooner, well, before then. And I understand we're supposed to be breaking ground in 2022 or next year, I'm not sure.
Breaking ground this year.
This year, we're breaking ground.
Yeah,
So
but 2
Yeah.
years it'll
Yeah.
be completed.
Perfect. So it's taken a long time, And I hate to use this quote, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it took a village of a lot of people advocating for this VA hospital to come to Stockton, California. And fundraisers, we have a crab feed. We help our Legionnaires with their crab feed. We have Military Appreciation Night through Port Space Bowl and Stockton Heat. We have our annual Tea Social, which we just love, in the month of April. And this year was the first year we actually tried to do a rummage sale, and it was successful. It was a lot of work, but we got it done. We have an Easter egg hunt for the family and friends. We have Filipino night. We have a luau, Indian fry bread night, Halloween party, and my favorite is the Christmas boutique. We can actually go shopping and have a really good time with that. So as you said, this is just a little bit of what we do. There's a lot more that we do that we could talk about, but I'm going to have ask Mary to talk about Girl State. Girl State
Before
is
yeah. I know you did a lot of intro of what they do. I want to let people know that just for you guys, I want this time I want to show my appreciation that my brother put in Vietnam. That I wearing this gold star.
A pin, yes.
Gold star pin, and this giving when I see you guys out there in the community, it really reminding me that my dad can how patriotic they are veteran, and that what they've been through can never be forgotten. Let them be forgotten. And I always advocate for the disabled veteran. Okay, I support this particular specialized disabled community towards the veteran. So I suffer from post-traumatic syndrome too. When my hearing aids pop, when they have fireworks, I don't know where it'll go. I don't know if it's the gun or the bullet. I'm going that way, and it scares me. So I understand where they're coming from, but and I can relate to them. And I can emphasize what they go through, because you don't know what they see unless you've been on their shoes. So I do, and I hear a lot of story that they tell, and they even cry. They can feel laughter. They talk about their old buddy that passed away, all those things. And I want to allow them that veterans are important to us, and to me, it's very important to me because they serve on in America and saving and keep us safe and peace in our land. So anyway, go ahead, Mary. Give me time to break my hand.
Okay, all right. My name is Mary Adame, and I'm very proud to be a member of the American Legion Auxilliary at Carl Ross Unit 16 for close to 25 years, helping veterans and their families. And like Mary Alt told us a lot of things that we do, and we do a lot more than that. And we still need more volunteers, and this is in Stockton, California. So I'm going to speak a little bit about the American Legion Auxiliary. We have many programs, but one is the Girl State program, and that's we select juniors from the high schools for them to go to the session called Girl State, and they go there for a week. And as a matter of fact, they're leaving next week, and it's going to be in this year in Claremont College. It's by LA, and they have a talent show. They listen to to speakers, and also they want them to be good citizens, and so they have the candidates. They have the election of officers, so they do campaigning, and they will be like governors, state assemblies, city council, et cetera, and so we select the girls that are on the top academic, and they volunteer, community volunteerism, and also when they're in teams, different athletic teams, to see how they do with their teammates, and other volunteering. We want them to think out of the box. So, and their mission is in the spirit of service, not self, for veterans, God, and country. And in their future, they become senators, congressmen, they join the Navy, or the military, including the Navy, and they become colonels, sergeants, all of high in office, because they're very dedicated, they're very driven, and they're very social, and they want to be successful and be a good citizen and to protect the United States of America. And so we also have scholarships for them, because the program cost $425, but the units in the District 11, which is San Joaquin County, Alpine, Amador, and which other one? There's one more that escapes me. And so this year there's 15 girls going to attend Girls State. So it's a very prestigious appointment. And they, like I say, become leaders.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it goes well on their college resumes.
Definitely. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
And now I would like to announce that it's a very important announcement. The Vietnam Moving Wall is coming to Stockton, California, June 20th to the 24th at the Weber's Point Event Center, and that's downtown Stockton, California. And ribbon cutting will be Thursday, June 20th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And it is open 24/7. There is going to be security. The reason that it's open all night and all day is because the veterans have PTSD. They don't even want to come in, especially when there's a lot of people. They don't know how they're going to react. It's very emotional for them. So they do come in the evening or in nighttime, and the volunteers do help them there. And excuse me. And so I'm encouraging everyone to come and be there to honor our veterans that have paid the ultimate sacrifice. There are currently 58,374 veterans that Vietnam veterans that were killed in action or died later on as the result of the gunshot wound or the medical problems that they have. Let's see. Also, there's going to be a special program on Saturday, June 22nd at 10 o'clock in the morning. The bagpipes are going to be playing, and there's a young man that's about 15 or maybe younger, and he just steals the show. He's just, it's just very, very emotional. It's just beautiful, the music that they play. And also, there's going to be a choir from one of the high schools.
I think it's Edison High School.
We believe it's Edison High School, and that's another very emotional part of the event. And they just sing beautifully. And they do a medley of all the military branches. Let's see, and as soon as the first panel, because there's 40 panels that have to be erected, and we have a lot of help with that. We were really, really lucky and very appreciative. Usually the Vietnam Moving Wall is, you have to, when you call, there's usually a 7 or 8 year wait, because of course it goes all over the United States. Right now it's in Washington State. However, we got really lucky, and last year the director called us and asked my husband Tino Adame, he's a Vietnam veteran, with Purple Heart, if we wanted the wall again. So my husband said, "Oh my goodness, that is such a surprise! Yes, yes, we'll take it." So the director told us that we were very helpful, and that And also that we did house them at the Hilton, and the Hilton did a great job in being nice to them, of course, and feeding them and just being at their beck and call.
That's
Let's
amazing.
see.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
go ahead.
unique opportunity to remember, honor, and give thanks to those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Oh, and so getting back to the panels. So when the first panel is set, then we start announcing the, reading the names on the wall. And so there's many, many volunteers for that because we have to announce over 58,000 names. And every year they do add another name if that person is passes away due to the war. So that's very very sad also. And actually we have a small dedication in front of the public library of the veterans from Vietnam that have suffered the ultimate sacrifice. And we have about, how many on that wall, do you remember?
Over 60, I believe.
Yeah, over 60
Yeah.
on that wall. So you can come anytime because it's outside in the park across the street from the library in downtown Stockton. Okay. And also children are invited. Everyone is invited, but of course we have some. Let me try to think. Some proper. You have to. Etiquette. You can bring your children, but keep them at bay with you. It's not a picnic that they're going to. Have the respect of the people that are there, because a lot of the Vietnam veterans that have been wounded are there, and some of them can barely move around. A lot of people the veterans are going to be in wheelchairs, and but it's going to be a beautiful event, very educational and very emotional, and we would love you to be there. And so I just want to repeat, Thursday the 20th, June 20th at 3 o'clock, and then it's the last day is Monday the 24th at Weber's Point Event Center in Stockton, California. If you have any questions, the email is stocktonthemovingwall2019@gmail.com. So just to repeat that, stocktonthemovingwall2019@gmail.com. Thank you for listening and being there.
And this is Mary Alt again. I happen to go to the StocktonMovingWall.com. And if you go to that website, it's easy. It takes you over to the Vietnam Wall, and you can find all the details on there as well. Just so that's a good thing. It tells you all about the program, and it takes a lot of people that are putting this all together. Everybody's got a little volunteer chore that they've been assigned to, and so when you come in, you're going to meet a person that you go to that person, and they will look up the name that you're looking for. You're looking for the veteran that's on the wall. They will tell you the panel that person is on, and then we will have a volunteer that will take you to that panel and direct you to that panel, and they're going to even be able to do the charcoal crayon thing where you can take the name home with you. We also have set up a veterans trailer, or a trailer for anybody that's having issues dealing with seeing the wall, and particularly our veterans who have PTSD. So we have used that in the past. We had to use it the last time that the wall came through here, and thank goodness that trailer was set up, and particularly for anyone that is suffering from having an emotional issue by viewing the wall.
Yeah, I had last year when I went to the Moving Wall, it was very emotional and very issuing, and it's very, having an empathy on the Moving Wall is like going to a funeral. And it's really, that's what I look at, and it's very emotional because how the family take effect, how their parent, emphasizing their loved one make the ultimate sacrifice, and I felt that, and it's very moving, but
Yeah.
also very emotional, and it's really grained on you. But yet at the same time, it's like it's put your kid to behave and put it together, be with them, and just come, but be part of what the veteran in America did for us. So
Well,
that's what I feel.
I hear what you're saying. My husband's a combat USMC veteran as well. He was twice wounded. He has 2 Purple Hearts. He has some strong issues, 100% disabled now too. And he has fought coming to see that. He fought going to see that wall. Did not want to go see it, but the grandchildren, who are now going to be, they're 10 and 11, they went with him last year, and our kids, and we had to hold hands for him to get through that wall. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made it. Grandpa, come on, and they were just holding his hand, giving him, all the love and support that they could give him to get through this. Here is this bad Marine,
Yeah.
and he was having a hard time walking that wall. And so, but because of family support systems, you can help your veteran get through that.
So you're gonna have any volunteer will have support system too that did come and visit for the first time to the moving wall, and then are they gonna be having emotional? That they also be volunteer that can help them to go to the wall, or just family support system? I think that's a new idea that you
I
came
think
up.
they can direct them
Oh,
probably
direct
to
them.
that trailer that can lend them that, and then they can direct them who is going to be able to help them possibly.
Yes.
But I know that's the purpose of that trailer,
Oh.
is to be there for anybody who's suffering a little bit of a meltdown, or having a very sorrowful time.
Yeah, I think that you made a good point. I think that's something that you could look at for next time that we have the moving wall. To
Yeah.
have somebody who want to go but yet they're afraid to go see some of their loved one at the wall. I think
Yeah.
that's a real trauma for them too. Also.
Yeah.
So-
Well, we do have that trailer there.
Okay,
the
great.
trailer. We do have
So
the
that's
trailer,
another
yes.
thing. That
Yeah.
a lot of people
Yes.
don't know about the trailer. So that will give like a
Right on the
like,
grounds.
like health aids.
What might be helpful is maybe the people that are working at the front desk when people come in to make that announcement to them, if you need any outside help, that is available to you.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
And then did you
Right.
want to give the dates of the?
I just
Wall?
wanted to say that this moving wall was here in 2008 and also in 2017, and we were very, very lucky and fortunate to have it again in 2019. And so the dates again, June 20th to the 24th at Weber's Point Event Center and in Stockton, California. And the email is Stockton the Moving Wall. Excuse me.
Probably the easiest.
Oh, maybe they have a shorter one. StocktonMovingWall.com. So StocktonMovingWall.com. And also, I just wanted to say that my husband served in Vietnam, and he was shot in the ankle, and so consequently, he's had over 35 surgeries from that, because of that, and so he also has PTSD. And but he volunteers. He volunteers when he can. When he's hurting, of course, he stays home. And usually, all of us that are wives, well, all of us that are wives of our veterans, we are 24/7. We are their caregivers. And most recently, about 3 years ago, he because he was in Vietnam, all of them were exposed to Ancient Orange, and that's a chemical that causes cancer. So around 3 years ago, and it takes a long time. It's a slow growing. It takes a long time for it to diagnose them. It takes a long time for that cancer to appear. So about 3 years ago, he had cancer in 2 of his major organs. And so he went through treatment at Palo Alto, and thank God that he's clear. But I thought sure that I wasn't going to see him again. And because we've been married for 49 years, so that's great. So great.
Yeah,
great.
awesome, amazing,
Yes,
congratulations.
yes, yes. And
Thank
thank you
you.
for your service, all the veterans.
All of that.
And you're all welcome to come to the Moving Wall. And if you have any questions, you can go to the email, StocktonMovingWall.com.
Awesome.
Okay, and I just got a little note from the side crew over here. Um, one of the things you might want to do, make a special effort. Even though if you see a veteran, you see somebody with a hat on, it says Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, Persian Gulf War, any veteran that's out there, go up and shake their hand and thank them for their service. I know because I'm American Legion Auxiliary and because Grandpa is a veteran, both of my grandkids, all my grandkids know that they extend their hand, they thank a veteran for their service. And my little grandson, Carson, there was some guy that showed up at his open house, and apparently he was in uniform, and Carson actually went up to him and thanked him for his service. And the guy was so overwhelmed, he couldn't believe that this child actually recognized a veteran, a soldier, and thanked him for his service, because he knows about his grandpa's service, and he knows what he's been exposed to at our post. And so he carries that with him when he goes into the community. So it's up to our parents, to us parents, to teach your children and teach your grandchildren that these veterans, these men and women, have dedicated a part of their lives to our military to keep us safe. And as they say, freedom is not free. That's just a fact. But when you see a veteran, no matter where you're at, but in particularly at the wall, thank them for their service, please.
Great, that's
And,
awesome. Let's see, where we have more. We got 15
more
more to
time.
go.
Okay, I just want to say thank you to the radio station, the voice of San Joaquin, for featuring us and for this very, very important event that's coming up here in Stockton. And you all have an opportunity to see the Vietnam moving wall, because the original one is in Washington, D.C., clear across the United States. Hopefully you can see that one also, but the ones that can't travel, then you can come to Stockton, California, at the Weber's Point Center to
We're never sure whether it's going to come back, if it'll
Yeah.
ever come back.
Yeah, we're not sure if it's coming back because, like I say, it takes 7 or 8 years, but somebody has to step up in the community and get it going again. So thank you for listening, and thank you for all the veterans and their families.
Perfect. Yes, thank you for watching the Vigil show, and I want to thank my guest for coming. This very
Sure.
important event. Okay.
I know,
let's get
now
started.
we've got plenty of time. I'm just thinking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're talking about American Legion Auxiliary, and make an effort. If you're retired right now, you have some military background somewhere in your family, you qualify basically to join the American Legion Auxiliary, and become a member. Do something with your time as a volunteer. We need a lot of ladies to. We're always looking for membership. The other thing is we do have junior members, and we would love to establish more of a junior member activity sponsored Unit 16 to get them going, so that they will continue after we are gone. That they will continue to be an American Legion Auxiliary member.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Stoltz. Well, thank you for watching the Vigil show, and thank you, and have a wonderful and keep cool today. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Wow.
Over and out.
Cut. Yeah, we're out.